Hello, can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I came on a little bit early because last time I couldn't start the live. I'm not sure why. So if you can hear me, let me know. Who's here? We're gonna start in a bit, but I just wanted to make sure, test out everything is okay. Yeah, so let me know if you can give me a thumbs up. You can hear me, see me. And we're gonna get started. So last time I tested out and then I logged off and I couldn't log on again. So today I don't want to log off. Hey Jody. Hey Nadia. Hi. Good to see you. Hi. Can you hear me okay? We're early today because I want to make sure that everything is going smoothly. So, and we could get started actually earlier. Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And where are you tuning in from? Clear? Oh, okay, awesome. Where are you tuning in from? It's been a while since I've been on live, so it's good to connect. Yay, thank you, Jody. Glad you could join us. Yeah, let me. So today is one of the two sessions that we're gonna have. So obviously on today's live, I'm gonna be talking about the universal laws that govern your manifestation. Yeah. So I know some of you are aware of the laws. Yeah. Let me know if you are aware of the universal laws and how they govern your manifestations. Let me know. Yeah. I want to get started earlier. I don't want to wait until the scheduled time. So you guys are in for a treat. Yeah. So for those of you that are joining us, obviously for the live, we actually have a second session on Zoom later. We're going to be watching Think and Grow Rich. Some of you might know I made a post about it. Think and Grow Rich, chapter 8 on decision. It is one of my favorite topics on decision. So if you want to join us, you can. We're going to be diving in right after this. Yeah. Yes, Jody. Awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna test you. What are some of the laws that you're currently aware of that govern your manifestation? I mean, there are some laws, like for example, law of gravity, right? We know law of gravity. We learned that in school, hopefully, but we never learned the laws that govern our manifestations, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Not sure. That's okay. That's why you're here. Yeah. Where are you tuning in from? Is it Naja? I don't know if I pronounced it right, but yeah, good to have you. You two are the early birds. What are some of the laws that govern that govern your manifestations? Yeah. So I'm gonna be sharing why these laws are important, right? When it comes to your manifestations. Oh, yes, yes, yes. The law of assumption. It's interesting. So I'm actually not, the law of assumption is actually one of the laws from Neville Goddard, but I'm actually not going to be covering that today. Let me just fix my hair. My hair is like all over the place. Yeah, but definitely law of assumption is one of the laws. Yeah. Okay. So while we're waiting for people to hop on, I want to first talk about where did these laws come from? Okay. So let me ask you guys this question. Let's just say, so in the US, I know on Sunday, I think this weekend is the Super Bowl weekend. Yeah, whether you're are in the US or not, it's a big thing in the US. So if you were to play the Super Bowl, but if you don't know the games of how to play the Super Bowl, do you think you're gonna win the game? Let me ask you this question. Or you could play basketball or baseball, whatever game that you're playing in sports. If you don't know the rules, do you think you're gonna win? Yes or no? Put in the chat. If you're playing a game, or it could be, I don't know, Monopoly, right? But you don't know the rules. Do you think you're gonna win? Yes or no? No. Thank you, Jody. No. Right? I mean, you could try. You could try. Yeah. But you probably will fail many times, right? Waste a lot of time and energy. Okay. Same thing applies to your life and desire. Okay. So think about it. One of my favorite books is by Florence Scovel Shinn, right? So some of you might know, I know Jody knows, right? So one of her books is called The Game of Life and How to Play It. Okay. If you read it, heard it before, let me know. It's a really amazing manifestation book. Okay. So in the book, it talk about how life is like a game, right? So I want you to think about your life as a game. Okay. So if you want to win in life, okay, in your life, do you think it's important to know the game, the rules on how to win? Yes or no? If you want to win in your life, okay, like we are all playing our own games. If you want to win in your life, do you think it's important to know the rules? Yes or no? Yes. Thank you. It is, right? Otherwise, it's just going to be hit and miss. Yeah, trial and error. Okay. So think of the laws of the universe are the rules to your life. Are the rules to this game we call life. So I want you to think about the laws of the universe like the rules of your life. Okay. If you want to win, okay, you better know what the rules are. Okay. And do you think universe cares if you don't know the rules? Do you think universe cares that you don't know the rules of the game? Yes or no? Some people are aware of the laws, some people are not aware, right? It is impartial. Yes, Jody, absolutely. It's impartial. It doesn't care, right? And also, so let's talk about also the characteristic of these laws. Number one, these laws are impartial, meaning the universe doesn't care. Okay. Secondly, the reason why it's called universal law is because it's universal. Yes, right? It's universal, meaning it applies to me when I'm in Dubai, or applies to Jody. He's in sunny England, right? Jody at the moment, right? It applies to him in England, or applies to me in Dubai, or applies to anywhere you guys are at, right? And it doesn't care. It doesn't care if I'm a female, if I'm a good person, right? So I use this example a lot, right? So imagine, like, do you think gravity cares? Do you think gravity says, okay, Amy, today you're a good person. So if you're gonna jump off from a six-story building, so I live on a sixth floor, okay? If I jump off from a six-story building, I'm gonna fly. I'm not gonna fall because today I'm a good person. Do you think it's gonna happen? Do you think law of gravity is gonna say that? Yes or no? Or do you think am I gonna just go with the gravity and then fall? Like I'm taking some time to kind of explain the laws because it is important for you to understand. Yeah. Okay. Also, I'd like you to start thinking about it. Okay. Yes, the law is the law. That's right. So it cannot be changed by man, human, because it was not created by human. Yeah. These laws are not created by human. Give me 1 second. My baby needed to drink water. Yeah. So if these laws were not created by a human, by meaning you and I, who do you think created these laws? Who created these laws? Let me ask you. Who created gravity? Anybody knows? Who created gravity? Who created the law of attraction? Creator? Yeah? Would assume it's the creator, right? I mean, it wasn't created by a human being. Ah, I never thought about it, right? You see, we never thought about it. Here's also something to think about. If you look at nature, nature operates in an orderly fashion. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's give you an example. So right now, in most of the places in the world, they're in winter, right? In winter. Unfortunately, in Dubai, we really don't have winter. Um, but winter follows what? Let me ask you. Winter follows what? What season? Aiyo, there's my hi. Okay, go. What comes after winter, for example? What comes after winter? What season comes after winter? There's an order that follows, right? What comes before winter? Thank you, Jody. Spring comes after winter, right? How do you know that? Let me ask you, Jody, how do you know that? How do we know that? Or the sun comes up and then the sun goes down, right? So where I'm at right now, the sun set already. For some of you, right, especially for the people in the US, the sun is just barely coming out. Experience. Okay, experience. You've experienced the pattern long enough. Okay, that's how you know. But if you start to think about it, there's actually an order to things, right? Just like the sun, just like the four seasons. Same thing with the laws of the universe. If you're taking notes, I'd like you to write this down because this is why it's important to study the laws. Okay. So the same laws that I'm going to be sharing today, the same laws that govern the universe are the same laws that govern your manifestations. The same. And these laws are the same laws that govern how your mind works. Make sure you write that down. That's why it's important to study the laws. Okay. Not just for fun. Okay. So the same universal laws that govern how your mind works also govern your manifestations. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Okay. So I think let's go ahead and talk about these laws. I may or may not finish all the laws today. We'll see. Maybe we'll have a part two. Okay, but let's get into it. So, I would like to talk first about the natural laws of the universe. Okay. And Jody, I know we were kind of having this discussion already about how some of the laws overlap with the Hermetic principles. Okay. But for right now, I'm going to first talk about the seven natural laws. Okay. Nature. Okay. That governs nature. Yeah. Ready? My baby is here. Okay, if you have a pen and paper, write this down. And I'll share with you my top three favorite laws. Okay, you guys ready? Let me know if you guys are ready. You can see my baby Mojo. Give me a thumbs up and let me know if you're ready. Now we're closer to actually the live time. Yeah, let me know. Ready. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's get into it. Okay. So, hi. Hi, Jody. Hi, Mojo. He's like right here. Okay. Okay, excuse me. All right. Number one, the first law. Let's talk about the law of laws. The law of laws. So write this down. The first law, called the law of laws, is called the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. And some of you, if you are watching this, since I don't have a whiteboard or anything, you can put in the chat. When you put in the chat, it also triggers your memory, right? So the first law is called the law of cause and effect. Okay. And I think this law, a lot of people are aware of the law, right? A lot of people talk about the law of sowing and reaping. What you put out is what you get back. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Naja. Yeah. Law of cause and effect. Okay. Right? Very simple. You've heard that before. What you put out is what you get back. Okay. But let me ask you this. What do you think is the cause? Where does everything start? Think about this. Maybe some of you have heard the saying that everything has been created twice. First in the and then in the stimulus. Okay, can you elaborate? Not sure in what context you mean by stimulus. Everything is created twice. First in the and then I'm questioning you guys. Think about your manifestation. Okay, how about this? Before, let's say you want to manifest a new car. Ah, thank you, Jody. Right? You want to manifest a new car. Before it comes into a manifestation that you can touch and feel and drive, where does it first have to come from? And I think Jody had it first here, right? As a thought. Okay? Yep. So please write this down. The primary cause is thinking, right? It starts here. It starts here that, oh, I would like to have a new car, or I would like to have more money. I would like to have more clients, right? I would like to have a healthy body. Okay, whatever it is, it starts here first. So this is the primary cause. Please write that down. Okay. And then the effect is what? The effect is the manifestation. Yeah, that's the effect. Okay. So most people are so concerned about the effect. Yeah, they're so concerned about their manifestations. In fact, they should focus on the cause because why? When you take care of the cause, the effect will take care of itself. You can write that down. When you take care of the cause, the effect will take care of itself. Right? Or some people would say when you focus on what you put in, you will get the output, essentially. Yeah. Make sense? Okay, so everything starts here. Okay, so whatever effect that you would like to see in the manifestation, make sure it starts here. What do you want? Yeah, that's the cause. Yes, we good? Okay, so that's the law of cause and effect. Good. Quickly, yeah. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. We have many laws to go over, so let me know if that makes sense. And side note, just some of you that may be watching, okay? Some of you might be thinking, okay, I'm gonna just put a lot of energy out and then it will come back to me. Okay, it is true. It is true. So some of you may be putting a lot of effort into a project or a certain potential client, okay, and then the client disappeared or the project falls through, okay, and then some of you might be thinking, oh man, I wasted my effort. Okay, it's not true because based off of the law of cause and effect, what you give out must come back, right? Although it doesn't have to come back from the same source. This is important. Meaning, if you put an effort into a project or you put effort into a certain person, okay, the result must come back, okay, because based off this law, but it doesn't have to come from this person. Okay, I think this is so important because sometimes we're so caught up, like, oh man, it has to come from this person because I wasted so much energy. It's not true. Okay, we're good. Hey, Judy. Hey, Adele. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we started early. You can watch the replay. I just started by talking about why these laws are important. Okay, but we're talking about the first law, which is the law of cause and effect. So you guys are right on time. Beautiful. Okay, good. I love the thumbs up. Okay, so the second law. So today I'm going to talk about the seven natural laws. Just know that there are many, many other laws, but I'm just going to focus on the natural laws today. Okay, the second law is the law of, let's see, let's do the law of vibration. Yeah, or the law of attraction. Please write this down. Most people know law of attraction, okay, because of like nowadays, like because maybe the book The Secret, right? A lot of people talk about law of attraction, okay, but the law of attraction is actually a secondary law. It's based off of the primary law, which is the law of vibration. Thank you for writing that. Law of vibration. Okay, and if you know from Nikola Tesla, if you want to know the secret of the universe, think in terms of what? Three things. If you want to know the secret of the universe, you want to study in terms of three things. Who knows? Put in the chat. Yeah, from Nikola Tesla. I know some of you guys know. We've gone through this a couple times. Think in terms of, should I tell you guys? Do you guys know? Thank you. You guys must know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Adele. You guys must know. Vibration, frequency, and energy. Absolutely. Yes, thank you. All right. So the law of vibration is based off of that. Thank you. Yeah, vibration, frequency, and energy. Okay. So what does law of vibration says? The law of vibration says everything vibrates, right? Everything is always vibrating. Okay. And based off of the vibration, you will attract to you the same frequency. That's what law of attraction is. Okay, like attract like. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if you can think about your desires, okay, so let's just say that you think about the money you want, the relationship, right? And if it makes you feel good, it makes you feel high vibration, what are you going to attract to you? When you think about having your relationship, when you think about having your dream life, you feeling happy, you feeling joy, right? What are you going to attract into you based off of this law? Happy relation. Yes. Thank you, Adele. More of the same. Yeah. More of the same. Absolutely. Yep. 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 Okay. And then also the opposite is also true, right? If you're vibrating at a lower frequency, okay, what are you going to attract? That's the energy you're sending out. That's what you're going to attract. Okay. But it's not just, okay, so I have a negative thought, then all of a sudden I'm going to attract something negative. It's not like immediate. Okay. It's predominant, meaning majority of your energy, your beingness. Yeah. Makes sense? Your identity, or you can call it your self image. That's why your self image is a walking frequency vibration you're sending out all the time, unconsciously. Okay, what does that mean? If you're a happy person majority of the time, you're going to attract more things for you to be happy about. Yeah, it doesn't mean that you cannot be sad, okay? Or it doesn't mean that you cannot feel the lower frequency feelings, emotions. You still can, okay? But majority, okay, is what you're going to attract. Good? Yeah, this one is a very common one, right? Everybody seems to know this one. Yeah? Okay, so this is the second one. Awesome. Cool. All right. The third one, I'm looking at my notes, make sure I'm going through everything. Okay. The third one, let's talk about so the law of attraction is one of my favorite ones. Okay. So the law of attraction is one of my favorite ones. The law of cause and effect is my second favorite law. And this third law, I would say is my favorite. Okay. It's a long one, so if you can put it in the chat. It's called the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Hi. It's a I don't know the name, but Boshan? You have different names, but hi, welcome. We're talking about the laws of the universe. Okay. So this third one is my favorite law. It's the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. Thank you, Naji. Thank you. That's a long one. Yes. But this one, you have to really pay attention because this one really is the one that governs your thoughts turn to things. Okay, so write it down and I'll explain. What does perpetual mean? Let me ask you guys this question. Perpetual. The law of perpetual transmutation. Non-stop. Yes, yes. Thank you, Adele. Right? Perpetual, never ending. Yes, Jody, that's right. Okay. So what this law says is that there is an energy that's flowing to and through you, never stop, right? Never ending, perpetual. Okay. However, you're able to transmute it. You and I can have the ability to transmute it. So some of you maybe have read the book The Alchemist. Maybe some of you, I raise my hand, not like I see you guys, but you can put it in the chat. Maybe some of you have read the book The Alchemist, right? Us human beings actually have the ability to transmute, meaning to change the form of the energy from one form to another. Did you know that? Did you know you have the power? Yes, Paulo Colo, yeah. Coelho, yeah. Thank you. Yes. Did you know you have the power to transmute energy? Did you know that? Put in the chat. You're like a magician. No, you're like an alchemist, not magician. Alchemist. Okay. Alchemist. Changing from one form to another. So what does this mean, especially when it comes to your manifestation? Oh, it means that thoughts turn into things. Yeah, you've heard that before, I'm sure, in personal development, right? Thoughts turn into things. This is what this law decrees. So it means whatever you consistently think about, which is hopefully your goal, right? What you want, your desires, must turn into things. It must. It's a law. It's a law, right? We're talking about law. So what does this mean? If you persistently thinking and feeling about majority of the time of your desires, they must manifest into your physical reality. And this is reminds me of Bob Proctor, my mentor. His one of his quotes is, "Whatever you can see it in your mind, what you can hold it in your hand." This is what this law decrees. So, what if I told you that your desires, what you think about majority of the time, must happen? Must. It's a law. Would you relax a bit? Would you relax? It's not by chance. It's not by luck. This is why I share that a lot of my students, coaching clients, once they learn about these laws, right, these same laws I'm sharing with you, they feel more relaxed and at ease and peace, and they can feel like they can manifest their desires effortlessly. I will use the word effortless. Okay, it doesn't mean no effort. Okay, so some of my clients are like, "Oh, what do you mean, Amy? Effortless means no effort, meaning I'm just gonna sit at home and visualize." No, it's not called effortless, right? It's called effortlessly. There's still effort, but it feels easy. Why? Why does it feel easy? Because now you're aligning yourself with the laws of the universe, right? You can relax knowing that it must happen. Relax. It's not like, oh, I hope, I wish. No, no, no. It must happen. Some of you maybe have light bulb moments. I know, like, wow, right? When I first learned about this, I'm like, wow, how come I didn't know these sooner? They must happen. They must turn from non physical to the physical world. Okay? There's actually three levels from your manifestation, there's the spiritual side of things, there's the mental side, and there's the physical side. From the highest to the lowest. Okay? I'm using my hands. Spiritual side is energy. You don't see it, right? You have an idea and then it goes through your mind, mental. You're like, oh, I would like to have this car. Okay. And then you're like, okay, I see myself driving this red car. It feels so good. I could feel uh the 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 leather, right, of the steering wheel. I can hear the sound. Guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna manifest in your physical world. Yes, 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 Adele. Exactly. Okay. So one of my favorite laws. Yep. Thoughts turn into things. I mean, that's just a simple way of putting it. Okay. All right. We have four more. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about the natural laws of the universe. There are many, many more. We'll probably have a sequel, a second live about this. But today I'm only talking about the natural law. Okay. So those are three. Okay. My top three laws. There you go. Okay. Now we're getting into the number four. Okay. Number four, write this down, the law of relativity. The law of relativity basically just states that what? Everything is relative. Everything is relative. Right. So I was talking to a client of mine. His name is Gary yesterday, and he shared that most of us, we have a good life. Yeah, we're blessed. I want to say we're really blessed, right? We have hot water, we have electricity, we have Wi-Fi, we have roof over our head. We're blessed. Yeah. But then if you compare it with maybe some people in the third world country in Africa, for example, right, who They don't have clean water, they don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have social media, right? Compared to them, oh man, we're like really, really fortunate, right? We have a lot of things. At the same time, if you compare it with someone maybe who has more things than us, right? Or more at a material things, who has the life that we want, for example, okay? And we can compare our lives with them, and we can say, oh, maybe our life is it's not as good, or I feel lack. You see this? Using the same law, the law of relativity, in one moment I'm so grateful, right? Because I'm comparing myself with people who have less than me. And then the next second, I'm talking about comparing myself with people who have more than me. And now all of a sudden, I feel like, oh man, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. Yeah. Do you see this? It's the same situation, but using the law, it can be different. So, how do you use this law when it comes to your manifestation? Well, I'll give you a quick example. Okay. Let's say you want to manifest $100,000. Okay. Let's just say that. You want to manifest $100,000. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys are watching this. Maybe some of you thinking, oh, that's a lot of money, right? Or maybe some of you is like, oh, that's not a lot of money. It's easy. Okay, whatever your perception is, doesn't matter, right? But if you compare 100K with 1 million, 10 million, is 100K a lot compared to 1 million or 10 million? Let me know in the chat. 100K compared to 1 million or 10 million. Is that a lot? 10%. Thank you, Adele. Is that a lot? Yes, no? Compared to a billion, is that a lot? How does 100K feel like now when you compare with something a billion? Not at all, right? Not at all. Do you see that? So whatever your financial goal is, whatever it is, hey Tencent. Yes, that's less comparative. Absolutely. Good to see you. Do you see this? This is how you can use the law to your advantage. Let's say some of you, maybe this year you want to manifest $1 million, yeah? And maybe the mind is like, oh, that's a lot of money. Compared to what? Compare with a billion? It's not a lot. Okay, I can do it. Do you see this? This is how you use the law of relativity. One of the ways. Okay. If you compare it with something else, it will change your perception about the thing. Good. Okay. This is the law of relativity. Ah, yeah. Hopefully you have some aha moments. I mean, maybe some of you have heard about these laws before, right? But then you're thinking, okay, so how do I apply this into my goals and dreams? This is, I'm sharing with you practical on how to change it. Okay, good. Yes, it's powerful. I know. I know. Okay, good. All right. So number 5, are we on number 5? Yeah, we're on number 5. Okay. So the number 5, please write this down. The law of polarity. Write that down. The law of polarity. Some of you might know, right? We live in a polarity world, right? There's polar opposite. Good, bad, up, down, cold, hot. Simple, right? Polarity. We have that. Good, bad. Yeah. Thank you for writing down. Okay. Right? Very simple. Law of polarity. But how does it affect your manifestations? Give you a quick example, right? Let's just say that you wanted to manifest money, okay? But something bad happened, okay, along the way. Okay, whatever challenges, like setbacks, okay. you consider it's negative, right? You consider negative. Okay. But because you know that there's this law that govern your manifestation, right? So something that's perceived as really bad, okay, setbacks, challenges, guess what? The opposite is true. There must be something very, very good that's going to happen because based off of the law of polarity, right? So this will help you again to shift what? Your mindset. It must because it's the law. This is polar opposite. And everything is just is, right? There's two sides of to one thing, if you will. Make sense? So anytime when you face challenges, setbacks, right, just know that hey, this is just part of the process. If it feels really, really hard, right, really, really challenging, there's something that's gonna be really, really good on this on the other side. Okay, it's like a what do you call a scale, if you will. Something that's really, really hard is gonna be something really, really good coming out from it. Yeah, it's like polarity, extremes, if you will. Okay. All right. Give me a thumbs up, and then I want to go through the last two. Okay. Thank you. Okay. The last two. Okay. The next one is similar to law of polarity, but this one is called the law of rhythm. The law of rhythm. Okay. Number six. Yeah. So the law of rhythm says what goes out must come back, just like the ocean tide. What must go out must come back. What must go up must go down. Okay? What does this mean? It's kind of like the lifeline, if right? There's like up and down, up and down, up and down. It's ebb and flow, right? It's called the rhythm. So what this law decrees is that again, if along the way you have some challenges and you feel like you've hit rock bottom, right? If you hit rock bottom, the good news is you cannot go down any anymore, right? The only way is up, right? So if you feel like you've hit rock bottom, like nothing is working out, you're like, oh man, like it's just really hard. Based off of the law of rhythm, guess what? It must go up. Okay. At the same time, if you're on the top, right? Sometimes you're like, everything is manifesting, everything is going well for you, right? On the top, you feel like you're on the top of the world. Okay. Not to burst your bubble, but it must come down because it's a law of rhythm. You see? So, same thing in your business. Sometimes you have a good month, sometimes you don't have a good month, right? It's law of rhythm. Just know that everything has a rhythm, everything has a cycle, if you will. Yeah. So, once you know that, you can just, okay, I know it feels like I'm on the rock bottom, but I know it will go up. There's there's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. Okay, I can relax. Do you guys see this? How this can apply to your manifestations? Help you to feel more at ease. Okay? Not random, not just hoping and wishing. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Oh, I'm so glad we're on time. I mean, I only picked seven, right? Because with time constraint, but at least want to give you these seven. All right. Yes. Awesome. Last one. You guys are ready for the last one? Good, good, good. The last one is called the law of gender. The law of gender. So the people that hopped on maybe later on, the laws that I going through right now is the natural laws. Okay? Natural. They govern nature. Okay, so the last one is the law of gender. You can write that down. Number 7, the law of gender. Thank you. So the law of gender says what? Everything has a gestation period. Everything has a gestation period. Basically, in the physical world, everything takes time. There's a gestation time, right? So think about nature. When you put a seed, right, a carrot seed, a cucumber seed into the soil, it's gonna take some time to grow, right? Same thing with a baby, right? How long does it take for a baby to from what do you call that? Precept? No, contract. Not perception. From the baby, from what do you call that? From not perception. Oh, I can't think about the word. Conception. Conception. Is it conception? Yeah, conception. Okay, thank you. I was like, it sounds weird, conception. Okay, thank you, Jody. I don't know why, for some reason, it feels weird. Okay, it takes how long? Conception to when the baby is actually born. How long? How long does it take? Anybody knows? I mean, I know you guys must know. Jody, you have kids, right? You must know. Even if you don't have kids, you know. Yeah. Thank you. 9 months. 9 months, right? You know that. Yeah. I think it takes a carrot seed, I think 6 weeks or 8 weeks to grow. When you once you plant it in the soil, it will take that long to grow, right? So let me ask you, how long is it going to take for your seed? So your goal is what we called a spiritual seed. It's non-physical. You can't see your goal, right? Your goal is in your mind. And when you plant it in the soil of your subconscious mind, how long is it going to take for it to fruition? Let me ask you. Put in the chat. How long is it going to take for your goal to come into fruition? Uh, uh-huh. It's more gestation period than conception. Okay. How long? How long is it going to take? 1 month, 2 weeks, 9 months, 9 months? It's going to take 9 months for your goal to grow? Who knows? How long is it going to take for your goal to grow? Anybody knows? You guys want to know the answer? How long is it going to take for your goal to grow? From a non-physical in the mind to your physical manifestation. Ah, okay. So Adele says, depends on the size of the baby. Jody. Really? I mean, if the baby is bigger, is it 18 months? No, right? It's still 9 months. I hope. Oh, you're gonna have I don't know, a giant baby. What does it depend on? Okay, so Adele says depend on the belief. Actually, it depends on a lot of things. Depends on a lot of things. It depends on your belief for sure. Yeah. What else does it depend on? So think about watering, right? Nurturing your seed. What else does it depend on? Depend on your belief, and it depends on one of the most important thing. Oh, see if you guys know. If I were to put a physical seed, okay, let's say I put a carrot seed into my pocket here, is it gonna grow? Oh, okay, yes, Tencent. If I put a seed, a cucumber seed, into a pocket, into my pocket, I water it, I give sun, right? I talk to it. Do you think it's gonna grow? Yes or no? Anybody can tell me? If I put a carrot seed into my pocket, is it gonna grow? Thank you, Jody. Environment. Thank you. Environment. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Are you, is your mind, are you an environment that's conducive to your goal? That's the most important thing, is the right environment. What does that mean? Is your mind actually ready for the manifestation of your goal? And then also, the environment are you in? Are you surrounded by people who are naysayers, who are negative, who don't believe in your goal, right? Or are you surrounded by people who are visionaries, who are positive, who encourage you? Mm, right? It's so, so important. Majority of it is your environment. Okay. So we're over time a little bit, but I hope you learned something. Yes, 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 yes. We'll probably have a sequel because I only went through the seven natural laws, but there are other laws that I want to go through as well. Okay. But right now, we're going to jump into our next meeting and call, which is Think and Grow Rich, chapter 8. Okay. So feel free to join us. I put the Zoom link in the chat. I hope to see you guys there because I'm gonna jump right into there. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, it was only, 30 minutes, but I hope I brought some clarity to the universal laws and how they relate to your manifestation. Okay? Yeah? Okay. Hopefully we see you on Zoom. Okay? Well, thanks guys for joining and I'll see you at the next live or see you in the Zoom room. Bye. You're welcome. See you.